Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we got another interesting episode for you guys, so you want to stick around for this one. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Anyway, let's get into this topic here. So we all know that yesterday was a wild day in the NBA. It was a wild day in the NBA and really in sports generally, but especially in the NBA. Why? Because Kyrie Irving, there's been so much, conversation around him over the last 2-3 weeks now, finally came out and made some public statements on IG Live yesterday. He went live. He spent about around 20, 22, 23, 24 minutes on IG Live, and he basically came out and spoke. Now, obviously, it wasn't like as if he was being interviewed. I think he was just coming out there and just kind of breaking his silence and, explaining to people some of his rationale behind some of the decisions, or explaining the rationale behind some of the decisions that he's been making. And because a lot of people have been speculating, including myself, right? When he doesn't say anything, one can only imply, right? And then infer and wonder, what is he thinking? What is he saying? What could this mean? What could that mean? So yesterday, he decided to come out there and make some comments. And the comments that he made created a lot of conversation. Even we here at Dreamerspro, we chipped in our 2 cents, and a lot of people disagreed, right? Not everybody, obviously, but a good amount of people disagreed with us. They said, hey, man, I thought you would have seen it this way. You got to look at it another way. Some people felt like I should have, kind of sided with him, whatever it is. People had their opinions, and to me, that's completely fine, right? I think all of you guys, the reason why we always ask you guys for comments is because we really want to hear from you guys. So, and girls, obviously. So we have no problem with people taking a different position, than we do in some of our videos, which is totally fine. And as you can see, we even interacted with some of you guys in a very respectable way. So that was fine. But some people did take some strong positions. And myself, I did. However, I don't think I went as far as insulting him. I didn't do that. I didn't insult the guy in any type of way because we're very careful about doing that. But we did take a strong position. Now, and also, I think it's something you should applaud people for, that are willing to tell you exactly what they think. Even if you disagree with them, at least they're being honest, right? You don't want somebody just blowing hot air up your you-know-what and just telling you what you want to hear. I don't think that's the type of people people ultimately respect, right? They tell you one thing, but that yet they believe something entirely different. But yesterday, however, I wasn't the only one, right? A lot of people came out there and a lot of people had some strong things to say about Kyrie Irving. But I think the person that probably had the strongest take on Kyrie was Stephen A. Smith. And I think it was his initial response to the entire situation. I think it was probably at the beginning of ESPN First Take. And he had some strong remarks about Kyrie Irving and the situation with him. So before we go too far, I want you guys to take a listen to his initial remarks on Kyrie Irving. Take a listen to that.
Stephen A., should our position on Kyrie change?
Yes, it should change in regards to Kyrie. It should be even worse than we originally imagined. I have to be, and I try to be, incredibly careful, fellas, in terms of I try to focus on what you do, not who you are. People make mistakes. None of us are flawless. All of us have made mistakes. We'll continue to make mistakes. None of us are perfect, and we get all of that. But I've been covering the NBA now for almost 25 years. I mean, this is some of the stupidest nonsense I've ever seen. Just flat out stupid. So let me get this straight. So if the reports are true, because we don't know whether they are or not, okay, but let's give credit to Sham and others who have reported this. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Let's go with that, okay? If it is true, Jay, if it is true, Marcus, so you don't have a problem with taking the vaccine, your position is that you're going to sit up there and compromise the championship aspirations of an organization you signed on to represent. You coaxed Kevin Durant into signing on to represent. You played the role in coaxing James Harden into signing on to represent. You're going to compromise all of that because you want to give a voice to the voiceless. Really? And how is that going to work out for you, Kyrie Irving? you're going to disappear from the game of basketball? Who the hell is going to be interested in what you have to say when you have proven that you can't even be trusted enough to do your damn job? A job you volunteered for. This ain't the military where you were drafted. You chose to play basketball. You chose to enter the NBA. You chose to sign that contract as a free agent to go to the Brooklyn Nets. You chose Brooklyn as your destination. You chose the Nets franchise to represent. You asked KD and James Harden to come on board with you in Brooklyn to establish your own legacy, and then you leave them hanging. Because of what exactly? Your own individual principle? I am not calling Kyrie Irving stupid. Kyrie Irving, I happen to believe, is an intelligent brother whose heart is in the right place. But now you've regressed to an alarming level of self-righteousness. It not only makes you look hypocritical and untrustworthy, it makes you look what I know you are not, which is flat out stupid.
Now, in that clip, Stephen A. Smith was explaining his point. However, I think the strongest part in the clip, and I think the part where maybe some people were like, okay, this may be a little bit too much, was when he said he now looks stupid. He said he's not stupid, but he looks stupid. And maybe that was a bit too far. And I will say this, I believe that given the fact that Stephen A. Smith is on TV, he's on a live show, and they have a feedback system, a rating feedback system that gives them feedback every 15 minutes or so. I think he's also conscientious of the fact that he has to be very boisterous and flamboyant on TV, right? So he wants to say things for the maximum impact. And given the fact that that was the topic at hand, he wants to kind of make a strong impression. And maybe in that part, maybe he probably took it a step too far by using the word stupid, right? I'm using the word stupid. Now, I've said, everyone can have their right on Kyrie. And by the way, he wasn't the only one that had some strong comments about Kyrie Irving, right? There were other big names in sports media that had some very, very, very strong takes about Kyrie Irving, like who? Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, he doesn't hide his feelings on how he feels about the Kyrie Irving situation. He said his piece. Skip Bayless said his piece. And to be fair to Skip Bayless is one of those people that's always kind of giving Kyrie Irving the benefit of the doubt, giving him the benefit of the doubt. But even yesterday, he was like, whoa, what is going on here? So he had some strong takes. Chris Broussard has some strong takes, right? Chris Broussard was like, Kyrie said a whole bunch of nothing. And to some extent, I kind of agree with him on that. But that's just my opinion. And also Nick Wright. A lot of people had strong opinions yesterday, as did people that disagreed with those people, right? I had my strong views. People had strong views, in response to my views, right? And that's to be understood. That's fine. What do you think about Stephen A. Smith's comments? Do you think they were a little bit too strong? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.